Welcome back, all you avid YouTubers of the beardiest gaming variety. Where we had last left off, we had promised you our most recent baggage of fan mail. Ramjam, do you have the fan mail ready?
Yeah. I do.
Well, what we're gonna do is just like last time. We're gonna do it in a hot take style. Ramjam's gonna kind of pull a Karnak. He's gonna pull the. He's gonna unleash the envelope. He's going to throw it at me, and I'm not going to really think about it. I'm just going to say what comes to mind first. Ramjam, do you have the envelopes ready to be unleashed?
We have just a couple today. We'll see how they go.
We don't have the 20 to 25 that we had last time?
No.
Okay, what happened? You said you had a wicker basket full. It turned out to just be spam?
There were some accidents. Remember,
Okay.
we had to burn a couple envelopes.
That's okay.
It
That's
happens.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just as long as the viewers are kept aware.
All right, now shut your trap.
Okay,
Dear Matt,
come at me.
Jim Rollins, Fort Worth, Indiana. What is your view on the Resident Evil franchise? Also, what do you think of the new Resident Evil game coming out?
Geez, you know, it's had its ups and downs. I actually should have probably thrown this in there.
Come on.
I'm trying to tell you, it was pretty groundbreaking back in the day. I remember playing it on the old PlayStation, but it got pretty stale. But then it got rejuvenated with Resident Evil 4. But then I think it's grown kind of stale again with 5 and 6. I think it was released, and is this 7 now? And a lot of it's just different angles on the same like situation. Like they kind of keep going back to the Raccoon City kind of angle of things. But I think it's got potential, but I think it's also very easy to get stale. Next question.
That game sucked.
Which one?
All of them. The whole series sucked. If it didn't have zombies, it wouldn't be nearly as popular. It sucked.
Okay.
Shitty camera angles.
That was
Terrible.
part of it. They kind of borrowed the. I think the movies sucked. They could have been a lot better. I found a script for when they had George Romero. Allegedly, they had George Romero up for for those of you who aren't in the know. George Romero is a very popular, he's got a
One
lot
the
of
founders of id Software, designer of Doom.
Was
Wait.
he
Romero? Yeah.
the guy who made Night of the Living Dead?
Oh, no. Different John Romero.
George Romero.
Yeah. George Romero.
He's like in the Western world. He's kind of a horror film. He actually kind of started the zombie genre.
He did.
Honestly, I feel, and he's had a couple remakes, and honestly, I think some of the remakes are better than the originals. But he had there was a script out there, and you can still find it on the internet, in which he wrote a script for Resident Evil, the very first one, and I think it would have been head and shoulders above what ended up coming out with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. So movies sucked. Mila Jovovich, though, a scale of 1 to 10.
What, hotness or acting ability?
All of the above. Damn titties. 1 to 10.
Well, honestly, I've always been one for a much more.
This is a hot take. Give me a 1 to 10.
7.
Ooh, I was gonna come in with a controversial 7.5. All right.
Really?
So
Continue.
next
question.
envelope here. Dear Beardiest, this is from Sarah J. in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sarah says, I was one of the very few people who enjoy your Fallout videos. What is your favorite moment from any of the Fallout games?
Well, there's no set moment in Fallout that can be enjoyable. Part of what I love about the thing I love about the most about the Fallout games is the randomness. As you saw in some of my Fallout videos, I go in to storm a building with Ian. First thing that happens, Ian gets chopped up with a submachine gun. He just takes a submachine gun burst right in the mouth, chews him up. He's done. Um, that's the great thing about Fallout is you're not guaranteed. You know, you go in to storm a building, and next thing you know, a super mutant pops out with a flamethrower and fucking roasts one of your guys, and your plan goes to
Sarah
shit.
said one of her favorite thing is the flamethrower animation, where the guy dances around on fire. She says.
And honestly, I brought this up when I was playing through. When you go to storm the children of the cathedral, I think the mutant the masters church in the hub, the original in which you pointed me to, which you could pirate. There was a child, like a flower child, that's selling flowers outside the church. In the original, in this game, I could not find that person, that child, and the reason for it is when you go in, the church leader is kind of a bitch to you, and you end up into a fight with her typically 9 times out of 10. And for some reason, one of the things that Ian loved to do, the leather jacketed follower, he loved to chase that child down and shoot it right in the mouth. And I don't know why. There's a whole fracas going on inside the church, and there's like fucking I think there's like 4 or 5 guys that are coming at you. Meanwhile, Ian just kind of fucking sidelines for this child, and just fucking bam.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts too, is when you accidentally kill a kid and then bounty hunters start coming after you.
Yep, you get the child killer perk.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the other one, in the next Fallout game, you could become a slaver. There's just so much controversy in the game.
So you heard it here, folks. His favorite parts were the child killing and the human slavery. Next is Tim Bunker from East Quahog, Wyoming. He says, "What do you hate the most about Steam?"
About Steam?
Yeah. I don't know. If
it's hot.
Yeah. There we go. Good joke.
Steam's hot. Next time. Next question.
Okay. Dear Beardiest, this is from Matt J, I guess. J something. From Cooperstown, Indiana. Matt J says, I'm a big fan of superheroes. Who is your favorite superhero? Who is your least favorite? Do you have any favorite superhero games? Thanks for putting out a great product, Matt.
My favorite superhero is the Punisher.
Oh, of course.
Only because he, unlike Batman, he's mortal. He doesn't have any of these goofy superpowers. It's dark. It's a man with skill. But unlike Batman, he's not just going to arrest the criminal who insists on returning. He's a, what's the term, Ram Jam? When
vigilante? An anti-hero.
Well, he's an anti-hero. He is a vigilante, but I'm talking about the criminal who goes to prison, comes out, goes right back into his ways. What's the term?
Recidivism.
Yep, recidivist. Yep. Dealing with these recidivists who are just going to go right back to their ways. That's all they've ever known. That's all they ever care to do. He's just going to fucking kill them right then and there. That's it. Least favorite, Superman. I mean, the guy's impervious to bullets. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. No one likes Superman. He a bitch.
I mean, what do you do with that? Then you gotta. I mean, you might as well just fucking watch a cartoon. Watch Dragon Ball Z.
I believe the third question was any superhero games that you enjoy more than others.
Not really. I mean, I've never really gotten into Superman or superhero games. I did play a Punisher game that was pretty cool. You could interrogate people by torturing them. That was kind of neat. But honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, it would probably net a 6. It wasn't a very well-made game. Next question.
Dear Beardiest, what do you think of space and space games that take place in space? Signed, Chris Johnson, upstate New York.
Well, Chris Johnson, I love the vagueness of your question, of your signature. However, I personally, there's a fascination with space. Maybe it's from growing up with Star Trek and Star Wars, but I think there's something to it. You know, there's only so many resources on this planet that we can utilize. I think we have a long way to go before we can fully entrepreneurs upon, what's out there. But I think it's worth a shot. Maybe we should work on maybe I don't know if we. I was gonna say mine the oceans, but I really don't want to really shit
F
on
that.
planet Earth.
Leave that for some nerd. Let's send some cowboys into space.
You think so? Send some rednecks.
Yeah. Some hill folk.
See what they can do.
Yeah. Let them conquer the moon.
I remember I read Fight Club some years ago when I was a young man, and Chuck Palahniuk posited that if we ever do start colonizing planets, that they would be named, like Planet Starbucks, Planet Valvoline, named after the corporations who would end up, ultimately being the sponsors of space travel.
That's a hot take.
Hot take!
Oh. Supposed to read you a letter, huh?
Yeah.
Dear Beardiest, should Bruce Willis kill himself? Signed, XXX Spanky89 from Twitter.
What the fuck? Throw that out, Ram Jam. I'm not answering that question. Throw it out. That's
Well,
sick.
we got a lot of suicide-related questions here.
Burn them. Burn them with the others.
All right.
That's how you heat your house.
Dear Beardiest, what is your favorite thing about Vietnam? Signed, Nam Sing Hun, Pyongyang.
The sun rises and the sun sets.
In Vietnam?
Yep. I've heard that I've never been myself.
Don't they consider
I'd like to
themselves people of the sun, or is that the Thai?
I don't know.
Japan has the rising sun.
They do.
I know we sound like two giant idiots.
Now they just have the
talking about
meatball
this.
up there.
We just got the meatball. Hey, it's a big pizza pie.
Oh no, I think that was it. The rising sun. Ah, Christ, I'm too messed up. I can't remember if they went from the rising sun or just to the meatball, or if they went from the meatball to the rising sun.
No, they went rising sun to meatball. The rising sun was the war flag.
Ah.
Yeah.
Bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Ram Jam, I have a hot take for you.
On the Japanese?
Sort of on a sun related question.
Hmm.
So I recently got some heat stroke.
Yeah.
You might have heard about it on my
Stroke
channel.
so hard you heat it up, huh?
Woo-wee! So,
Did you pass out?
what do you think?
Did you hallucinate?
No, I just threw
what
up.
you complaining about, you bitch?
You're a bitch.
Nah.
So I wanted to bring up the fact that, what do you think about an item, an object that is so hot that it actually controls, it makes this planet habitable, and it can actually make us as a people sick? And it's how many? It's not light years away, but I mean, how far is it away? Millions of miles? Like I don't even know. It's a long way away.
Yeah.
And yet, even at this distance, it can kill us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the power of that?
The power of it? The power of the sun?
Yeah, or just stars in general, because we call it.
It's our sun. Yeah, I'm talking about it specifically. We can't really see another sun quite like it.
Well, it's a star ultimately.
Yeah, but what are you trying to be? We're gonna not choose binary genders either. Let's just call it the fucking sun. We've been calling it for hundreds of years.
It's our sun. What about a white dwarf? All right,
You are